What were you asking me?
Well, just kind of trying to pull together a summary of the shredded ballots there in Maricopa County, and Paul's suggestion that we've got a more powerful trial jury strategy here that might be brought to bear to help remedy the whole situation. Did you have any further summary or comments or questions on bringing all that into a nice tight focus for us?
Well, that is the truth. I mean, if a grand jury was able to break up the Tammany Hall racket of Boss Tweed in New York City, then it's got a lot of power. And I think people need to get a better understanding to the authority and power of the grand jury. I think we have been, as the American people, for a long time, we have had this weapon denied us, and it's been covered up. And we need to uncover it and figure out how to use it, how to wield it as a weapon. It was given to us by the founders as a weapon and a shield. So, well,
as a result of the really enjoyable discussion Paul and I have had here thus far, it's sounding to me, and I'm putting together words in my mind to reformat my sentence structure. It sounds like Paul is saying that the grand jury has so much power that they can just declare that they are taking their own initiative. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the grand jury has the authority, probably on their own initiative, from what I understand Paul saying, to reformat itself as a trial jury and go ahead based upon the evidence. If instead of just probable cause, they all of a sudden realize that before their tribunal they've got proof beyond a reasonable doubt that crimes have been committed, then they could go ahead and issue a final judgment and start imposing sentences and orders and things like that. Does that sound right, Paul?
Yeah, what's important to understand is that from the common law into Article 5, the grand jury was brought in and put in our positive law fully clothed. Now, you got to understand what fully clothed means. Fully clothed is not limited to a criminal jurisdiction. They also possess civil jurisdiction in oversight of the government. They had it during the common law, and that was not and has not been changed. What has happened is this: prosecutors down through the years have concealed the civil function of grand juries and caused people to focus only on the criminal aspect of a grand jury. And people have forgotten that grand juries, back in the early days of the state of Georgia, county commissioners did not spend money, number one, and number two, they didn't raise taxes without the advice and consent of a grand jury.
But yes, that, in my mind, that's a major breakthrough, that the way we're talking about making trial jury a power and authority available to the grand jury, so the grand jury can proceed directly under due process of law to bring everything to a final judgment if they've got proof beyond a reasonable doubt their crime has been committed.